Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The monstrosity before you is direct evidence of the cheating that goes on unpunished in Trove. Dozens of endgame players, all botting their main accounts as well as their alt accounts in a literal organized crime scheme so that they can gain a massive unfair advantage over regular players like you and me. So how do I know that this is organized cheating? Well, I couldn't have done it alone. I had the help from a fellow Kings Club member. Last Gambit. He sent me the Discord link to Shipeed, a Discord server dedicated to sharing AFK script downloads. That's right, guys. There's absolutely no excuse for these players, especially since they have a club world with the same name as the Discord server. They couldn't make it more obvious. This footage is irrefutable evidence that these players are cheating, but we must ask the question, why? What do these players gain by scripting on U10 ships all day? There's a very simple answer. Cheating is how they climb to the top of the mountain, and everybody else gets to fight for scraps at the bottom. These cheaters diminish the value of everybody else's time spent in the game, botting their accounts while they sleep, while they go to school, while they work, obtaining so many items to the point where it would take a regular player weeks or even months to obtain them legitimately. Here's a question. Which players do you personally think dominate the weekly leaderboards? The people who invest the most time into the game because they love Trove, or the players who cheat and bot their accounts? I'll give you a hint. 7 out of the top 10 players on this week's weekly highest Paragon leaderboard were found by me botting their accounts AFK scripting. Look at the footage on the screen right now. Most of them are visible in the same clip. It is getting impossibly difficult to defend these players, and anyone who is defending them in my comments, they are likely part of this same cheating community. Something interesting that I noticed is when you color code all the scripters I found in this club world, it becomes quite colorful, doesn't it? Everybody knows that getting a colored name is incredibly difficult. You either have to spend years grinding the game, or you have to pay to win. But that's nothing new. What's new is that this evidence suggests that Trove is currently a cheat to win game. Trove is not cookie clicker. It is an MMO where you're supposed to play the game, and these players do not. They bought their accounts so they don't have to play, and they still profit. And they know they're in the wrong. Whoa, wait. Hold the rant for a second. What do we have here? Ashley Trash, fellow YouTube content creator CashinClean, found participating in a botting Discord. How'd you get so much mastery there, CashinClean? If you're not doing anything wrong, where's the how to script tutorial? You upload 17,000 tutorials, but conveniently, the one where you download an AFK script and a botting Discord, you keep that one to yourself.
Everyone's just AFK. You can even play another game if you wanted to, but we're not going to get into that.
Shameful that you know about the cheating going on in the endgame, and not only do you not take any action, but you participate in cheater circles. Even if you just use it as a way to get invited to ships, and giving you the absolute benefit of the doubt where maybe you are just alt-tabbing, it's still really disappointing that you've done nothing to make Trove a more fair game. All that being said, I'm still willing to forgive it all if you start taking action now. Getting back to the point, the members in the Shipped Discord absolutely know they are participating in unfair botting activities. That's why they banned me from the Shipped Discord, where I didn't type a single message. That's why they banned not only my account, but all my alt accounts from joining the Shipped Club World. Too late, by the way, so nice try. But all of that aside, these players know they are in the wrong. These players are selfish, toxic, and deserve to have their accounts permanently banned. Cheating should not be encouraged like these players so blatantly do. They justify their actions by saying, we reduce prices of items on the market, and new players get experience, so that means it's good for everybody. Meanwhile, our legit items are obtained 100 times slower, and they, the scripters, are the ones rich with colored names. They are the ones with stacks of flux tanks and endless resources which they could have never farmed on their own without cheating. Still think it doesn't affect you? What do you think these players players are doing with all the flux that they grind by cheating. They are directly increasing the demand and price of credit pouches, which would be significantly cheaper if all these botted accounts and their billions of flux went away. This is why they cheat. This is why cheating is wrong. And you know what? There's a secondary point to this. It's actually worse than I'm leading on, because why would any of these top endgame players spend money on credit pouches if they can just run an AFK script and bot their account for free flux instead? This reduces the amount of money going to the game and making it so there are less credit pouches to go around for all the free-to-play players, especially because these cheaters buy up all the credit pouches that do exist and make them super high in price. Still think it doesn't affect you? Okay, how about those laggy Trove servers? We've all rubber banded like crazy before. Why do we think the servers are so laggy? Couldn't possibly be the hundreds of AFK cheaters running their bot accounts 24 hours a day, could it? Nah, crazy theory, right guys? No, obviously the botters are contributing to the terrible state of the servers. This is the exact reason the TOS prohibits activities that strain their systems. This isn't the only reason, but it is a reason. Still think it doesn't affect you? How about this? One of the biggest complaints to the developers is that the updates are insanely grindy and impossible to reasonably complete. Botting is a way for players to cheat their way through all the content in the game 1,000 times faster than legit players can. So then the developers think to themselves, guess the update wasn't hard enough. We're gonna make it even more grindy. Then we get insanely grindy updates like Rising Tides. The botting accounts are directly responsible for the exponentially harder and harder updates. And who gets affected? That's right, regular players like you and me. The botter accounts literally don't care. They don't even actively play the game. They grind the update whether it's insanely difficult or not. And it really is everybody else that is punished for not engaging in the cheating. So what should Gamigo do? Should they trade ban all the botters? Well, even if they are trade banned, they can still throw down pinatas, for example, and they will still be the representatives of Trove's most dedicated players, seeing as how week after week they dominate the leaderboards. This week, 15 out of 20 of them are confirmed botted accounts. Doesn't really sound fair to me, since they do this by not even playing the game. And again, they destroy the economy, they pollute the servers with lag, and they do it all without even actively playing the game. These accounts need to be permanently banned, full stop. Their side of the argument is very weak. First of all, they are literally cheating in an online video game, so their credibility is already non-existent. But what they will say is that botting is the dev's fault for not cracking down, which is ridiculous because that argument essentially means they want themselves to be banned. Their other argument is that, again, it's the dev's fault for making U10 ships so easily exploitable. But here's the little newsflash. Anything is exploitable with cheats. Let me enlighten you to what these arguments really are. They are what we call red herring fallacies. Illogical arguments where someone introduces a completely separate issue to divert negative criticism away from themselves. So the botters get called out for destroying the game by cheating, and they respond with, no, it's the developers' fault. The developers are destroying the game with bad updates. When in reality, that's a completely different issue. It can be true that the developers do hurt the game with poor updates, but it can also be true at the same time that botting destroys the game. So in conclusion, they can't just scapegoat the developers, or a worse form of cheating like duping, to deflect criticism away from themselves, because they still haven't addressed the issue of the damage that they are causing to the game actively by botting. So if their arguments are so bad, then wait, why aren't they banned already? Because nobody is reporting them. Why is nobody reporting them? Because it's really hard to do. You have to infiltrate their worlds first, and then screen record and gather evidence. Also, these cheaters keep to themselves most of the time.
So if you guys were planning on doing anything shady, just stay on the low. Don't worry, I'm not snitching on nobody out here. The ops aren't gonna come after us.
Additionally, because most regular players don't understand the harm that botting does, and most of them don't even know what scripting is, they aren't going to be the ones screen recording and uploading evidence to Google Drive to report bots. So of course nobody is reporting them, and of course nobody is getting banned. That's where I come in, to take advantage of the cheaters' behavior that has gotten more and more reckless over the months and even years of cheating becoming normalized in Trove. The developers can't just magically see who is botting their accounts and who isn't. As sad as it is, this burden is put on the community, and it's finally time that we start fighting back, generating awareness and pressuring the developers to take action. Seriously, go complain to the developers about this, because I swear to you, they will do nothing if nobody speaks up. To leave you all with a final message, I encourage everybody to join me in my efforts to fight back against the rampant cheating in Trove. This video took me several hours to make, and as much as I have done, it is not nearly enough. By liking the video and leaving a comment, you can help spread awareness about botting in Trove and make the game a more fair place for all gamers. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will
Report you.